Miss Tejasri Kosbe, lecturer from Praveen Patil Polytechnic, Bhayandar. My topic is Measurement of Voltage and Current, Part 4. Learning Outcomes. In this video, you will learn about range extension of ammeter by using shunt, multi-range shunt and universal shunt, and advantages and disadvantages of shunt. So first, necessity of range extension. Why we require to extend the range of meter. So for ammeter, the coil of ammeter is light in weight and can carry very small current, that is up to 100 milliampere. Therefore, if high values of current to be measured, then this coil cannot be directly connected to the circuit. So for ammeter, it can carry very small current, and if we want to measure the high value of current, then range extension is necessary. And so for voltmeter, as voltmeter coil is thin and delicate and it can withstand for small voltages applied across it, so voltmeter cannot be used directly if high voltages is to be measured. So for voltmeter also, it can withstand very small voltages, and to measure high voltage we need range extension. Next, how ammeter range is extended. The shunt or that is parallel resistance is used in such case. The shunt diverts majority of current through it and remaining current of safe value is allowed to pass through ammeter. So for ammeter range extension, shunt that is parallel resistance is used for that purpose. So in this diagram you can see there is a basic meter which is connected parallel to the shunt resistance, which is denoted by the RSH in red color. So this is the basic ammeter circuit. In this, basic meter is connected in parallel with the shunt resistance. Shunt resistance. So what is shunt resistor? A resistor having a very low value of resistance, such type of resistor is called shunt resistance. The shunt resistor is mainly made of the material having the low temperature coefficient of resistance. It is connected in parallel with the ammeter whose range is to be extended. It is also connected in series with the load whose current is to be measured. So shunt resistor is the resistor have low value of resistor and which is connected in parallel with the ammeter whose range is to be extended. So for range extension, shunt resistor is connected. Next, derivation for value of shunt resistance. Consider an ammeter has its resistance Rm and it measured only a small current Im. A shunt resistor Rs is placed in parallel with the ammeter for extending their range. So in this diagram you can see there is a coil whose resistance is Rm and current flows through it is given by Im, which is very small, and on the upper end side you can see there is a shunt resistance which is denoted by Rs, and current flows through this shunt is given by Is, and the total current which flows through the supply current, that is you can say, is denoted by I. So as you know, the meter can only measure a very small current which is denoted by Im. So the main, or you can say large current is diverted through the shunt to protect the coil or meter from the high current. So in this way you can use shunt resistance. The shunt resistance also carry the current which is denoted by Is, and meter current is given by Im. This is the derivation for shunt resistance. So let RS is the shunt resistance, IS is shunt current, and I is total load or circuit current to be measured. So I equal to IS plus IM. In this diagram you can see I equal to IS plus IM. So by using KCL to the node, you can write incoming current is equal to outgoing current is the basic KCL law. So by using this law, you can say I is the incoming current and IS and IM are the outgoing current. So for this node, you can write I equal to IS plus IM. So this is the expression I equal to IS plus IM. So we can also write IS is equal to I minus IM. Since shunt is in parallel with ammeter, IS plus RS is equal to IM RM. So this shunt resistance is connected in parallel with the ammeter. So we can also write this. You can in diagram you can see the voltage across the shunt is given by IS into RS, and voltage across the coil is given by IM into RM. So by this now you can say as they are connected in parallel, we can write ISRS is equal to IM RM. Okay, so ISRS is equal to IM RM, and by solving this we can write RS is equal to IM IS upon IS is equal to IM IS upon I minus IM. So IS value we can put it as I minus IM. So this is the final expression for shunt resistance, which is IM IS upon I minus IM. So from above equation we get RS in bracket I minus IM is equal to IM IS, which you can further write as I minus IM into RS is equal to IM RM. So I upon IM is equal to RM plus RS upon RS, and further we can write it as N equal to 1 plus RM upon RS, where N is the ratio of the total current to be measured to the full scale deflection current IM, and it is known as multiplying power of the shunt. So N is equal to I upon IM. The multiplying power is given as N or M. You can call it as N or M. M is equal to I upon IM. The resistance of shunt becomes M equal to 1 plus RM upon RSH, or we can write it as RSH equal to RM upon M minus 1. Next is the construction of shunt. The following are the requirements of the shunt. The first one is the resistance of the shunt remains constant with time. The temperature of the material remains same even though substantial current flows through the circuit. The temperature coefficient of the instrument and the shunt remains low and same. The temperature coefficient shows the relation between the variation in the physical properties of the apparatus concerning the change in the temperature. So the construction of the shunt is so that the resistance of the shunt always remains constant, that is there is no effect of any temperature variation on it, and for that purpose the material which is used for shunt is manganese and constantan. So they have that properties, and for that they are used as shunt resistance in AC and DC instrument. Next one is multi-range ammeter. A single shunt is suitable for single range ammeter, but in actual practice multi-range ammeters are used. That is, they have different ranges, that is 0 to 2.5 or 5 or 10. So they have 3 range, 2.5, 5 and 10 ampere. In such cases, different values of shunts may be used or single shunt with tappings can be used. So there are two methods for that purpose. One is by using different values of shunt or by using a universal shunt with tappings. So here is the first method by using individual shunt. A separate shunt is used for each range. So in figure arrangement is shown for 4 number of shunt. 4 number of shunt, that is RSH1, RSH2, RSH3 and RSH4. The respective shunt is connected in the circuit with selector switch. So you can select any shunt with help of this selector switch, which is denoted by S in this diagram. So in this diagram you can say the selector switch is connected to the RSH1. So here for this arrangement we will get one range, and when this switch connected to RSH2 we get another range, and for same for RSH3 and RSH4. So in this diagram you can get 4 ranges to measure the current. Next method is by using universal shunt. In case universal shunt, a single shunt is used. It is provided with tapping. So in diagram you can see the universal shunt, which is RSH, and it has various tappings on it. The respective terminal can be selected as per the required current range. So as per your current range requirement you can select the proper tapping. Next topic is advantages of shunt. So this method is simple method for extending range of instrument. Second one is connection is simple. And third, universal shunt can be used for multiple range of the current. So these are the advantages of shunt. Next, disadvantages of shunt. First one is it is difficult to achieve accuracy with shunt when used with AC supply. Second, power consumption is more. Third, the problem of insulation of instrument and shunt is difficult if measurements are done at a very high value of voltages. And fourth and main point is measuring circuit is not actually isolated from power circuit. So this is the main problem while using the shunt for range extension, that is the measuring circuit is not isolated from power circuit. So these are the various disadvantages while using the shunt.